Welcome again to the old principle. 我就是老校长, and we've come to another story. As has been our custom in the last few weeks, most of our stories are from my own life. Now, today's will be number 274, Trip Back Home. You see this black cloud there? Woo! We're going to talk about a very big storm. But before we do, we must listen to the story as Mrs. Ash reads it. Then I'll be right back.
Story 274, Trip Back Home. At the beginning of my senior year, Father lent me his four-wheel drive Jeep. It was slow at highway speeds, and the canvas top meant that it was always about as cold inside as outside. The chilly, wintry drafts forced me to wear heavy clothes and coats, but at least I had freedom. I could go anywhere and do anything I wanted to. But at Christmas time, I left the Jeep at the college and drove my girlfriend's car back home. Besides Connie and her sister, there was one other person along with us. It was Christmas break at the college, and we should have been heading home for a 2-week vacation. But this time, Connie and I were only going to my home to take in a special event. Then we were going to turn right around and return to the college. Connie was teaching music in one of the local elementary schools near the college, and their biggest musical program was scheduled just a day or two before Christmas. We left the college at about noon. It would have been slightly earlier, except that the battery was low and needed to be charged up in order to start the car. The first part of the journey was uneventful. The day was gray and overcast. But as we drove westward, the weather became more ominous. It started snowing. The farther we went, the harder it fell. The freeway follows the mighty Columbia River on its westward march to the Pacific Ocean. At one place, the river cuts a deep trough through the Cascade Range, forming the Columbia River Gorge. On either side of the river, the mountains leap into the sky. The weather patterns down through the gorge are always unpredictable. The winds howl through there with such force that Hood River, Oregon, is considered the windsurfing capital of the world. Driving the freeway is always difficult because the winds make steering much harder to control. The stage was now set for one of the wildest nights in our life.
Okay, welcome back. Here we go. At the beginning of my senior year, Father lent me our four-wheel drive Jeep. Okay, at the beginning of my senior year. Remember, even though our family is quite well off, 条件相当好, nevertheless, I never had a car of my own. Never owned a car of my own. I could drive, but I never owned a car of my own. So at the beginning of my senior year, then he let me use his four-wheel drive Jeep. Okay, 四轮驱动的吉普车。Okay, a Jeep. Now, the only thing wrong with having a Jeep is that it was slow at highway speeds. Now, when we say highway speeds, of course, 大公路, a highway, they have faster speeds. So if it was slower at highway speeds, Well, you just think about it. Normally, people were traveling 60, 65, and I was traveling 45. So really, really 45 miles an hour. So very slow. Okay? And the canvas top. Canvas top. What is a canvas? Okay, the 帆布的车顶. In other words, it didn't have a metal top. It just was cloth. 帆布, canvas, a very thick cloth. Which meant that 它意思就是说 or 结果呢 okay, always about as cold inside as outside. What does it mean to be as cold inside as outside? That means 很会漏风. That's the simple thing. Outside is cold, inside is cold. It's about as cold on the inside as it was on the outside. The chilly, wintry drafts forced me to wear heavy clothes and coats, even in the car, which is not, or Jeep in this case, and this is not usually the necessity. I mean, you just don't have to do that normally. Okay, chilly, 寒冷, chilly. Chilly, chilled to the bones. We say 刺骨, very cold, 寒冷的。冬天的风 draft, 风 forced me, 强迫我穿着 heavy clothes and coats, 厚厚的衣服。还有大衣. Okay, so there are a number of interesting words there, aren't there? Chilly, wintry drafts forced me to wear heavy clothes and coats, but at least I had freedom. 我现在有自由. I could go anywhere and do anything I wanted to. Why? Because I had wheels. I had a car. Granted, it was a Jeep, but hey, it worked. I could go anywhere, 到处都可以跑, and do anything. Well, yeah, I guess so. To do anything means that we could do almost anything you wanted to. Of course, I was still a student, so there's a certain amount of limitations for that going on. But at Christmas time, I left the Jeep at the college and drove my girlfriend's car back home. Now, why would I leave the Jeep at college? Well, I already told you that it was a very slow vehicle. And my girlfriend, who's now my wife, my girlfriend had a car. It was quite a new car, but it was a cheap brand. It was not an expensive brand. 它的牌子不是美国最好, but it was pretty new. In fact, probably brand new. So we drove her car, which was a lot better than me driving the Jeep back home. Okay, so at Christmas time, I left the Jeep at the college and drove my girlfriend's car back home. We were going back home. Now, besides Connie, well, that's another reason. Besides Connie and her sister, there was one other person along with us. So, totally, how many people are in there? There are 5. Myself and Connie, my girlfriend, and then there were 3 others. Okay? Well, here was her sister and 1 other, so just 2 others. There wasn't 3, there was just 2. Okay? And they were with us. See, we could have never fit in the Jeep. It's best for just 2 people. Going on, it was Christmas break. Okay, 圣诞假期. Okay, so this is the Christmas. When we say break, we mean vacation, right? Break from your routine. Okay, at college. And we should have been heading home for a 2-week vacation. We should have, 我们应该回家过一个2个星期的假期. We should. So now, keep in mind, when you see the words we should have, it simply means that something is different. But this time, Connie and I were only going to my home to take in a special event. 只不过是先回到我的家，不是回到她的家。To go to my home for a special event. And then we were going to turn right around and go back to the college. Now, keep in mind that this is Christmas break. I should go home, stay home. But we're going to do it completely different. And there's quite a story involved. We were going to go home, take in an event. When it says take in an event, it simply means 参加一个活动. So we were going to take in an event, and then we were going to turn right around and go back. So this is the picture. We would turn right around, 掉头, and return back to the college. Going on, Connie was teaching music at this time. She was teaching music in one of the local elementary schools near the college. She was teaching music in one of the local elementary schools. Elementary schools, the 小学, near the college. Well, sort of near the college. It took about 25 minutes to drive to the school. Not real close, but okay. And she was teaching music. Now, her major in the university, 她的主修, her major in the university was music education. So she was taking music at the time. Going on. And their biggest musical program was scheduled just a day or 2 before Christmas. Now, see, I went for a special event. We all went for a special event. Okay. But the school in which she taught, 她在一个小学教的音乐. Actually, it was kind of like a 实习. It was like an internship. They scheduled 1 or 2 days before Christmas, a special program, musical 这个音乐演奏or 音乐会 okay, and that schedule 就安排 1 or 2 days before Christmas, which meant going on, we left the college at noon, okay, and then we would spend the weekend there, come back for this special event. So we left the college at about noon, okay, so 中午就离开大学. It would have been slightly earlier, 少快一点，早一点, should have been slightly, 有一点点早, but we had a problem. What was the problem? The problem was this. Except, okay, 但是 that the battery was low. 电瓶没电. And it needed to be charged up. 必须先充电, charged up, in order to start the car. 为了要发动汽车, we needed the battery to start it up. 发动这个汽车. And so no battery, no start. No start, no go. Just that simple. So we left at noon. It would have been slightly earlier, but the battery was low and we had to get it all charged up. Going on. The first part of the journey was uneventful. Okay? Well, man, the first part of the journey, 这个车程, quite uneventful. In other words, 平安无事. When we say uneventful, it was an uneventful day. 平安无事. That means it was very 顺利. It was very smooth. 平安无事, uneventful. Okay, an event would be probably something bad, right? Okay, the day was gray and overcast. Okay, gray and overcast. 阴沉沉的, 阴沉沉的. In other words, there were clouds up there. And overcast. Yeah, we didn't think much about it at the time. You know, it was not too bad where we were at the university, at the college. But as we drove westward, okay, where 朝着西方开的, okay, as we drive our 开车子, drive westward, the weather became more ominous. Now, how do you translate ominous? Ominous, of course, simply put, it is 越来越糟糕. Okay? Ominous means 有一点可怕的感觉. Okay? So it became more something to worry about. 使我们有一点担心. But we just kept driving. And then it started snowing. 然后就开始下雪. Okay, yeah, handle that. We're going along. We're driving along. The farther we went, the harder it fell. 我们跑得越远，这个雪，这个下得越大，下雪。Whoa. Now, I had some experience driving in snowy weather, so not too much of a problem. The freeway follows the mighty Columbia River. Okay, Columbia River, maybe you've heard of it. Very famous river in the American Northwest. 哥伦比亚, Columbia. Okay, Columbia. Okay. Now, Columbia River. Now it says mighty. Okay, mighty. 强有力的. You could probably just translate the big river. The mighty 强有力的 哥伦比亚. Okay. But this river also goes westward. And it says, the westward march to the Pacific Ocean. So the river, it comes from up in Canada, comes down, and then it starts moving toward the Pacific Ocean, 朝着这个太平洋流啊. Okay, so the water is moving toward the Columbia River. One place, the river cuts through a deep trough, through the Cascade Range, forming the Columbia River Gorge. Oh, let's see, how can we do that? First of all, let's just say, 有一个地方, well, let's take a look at the end. Gorge. Okay, 这个是河谷. Okay, 河谷. Now, usually a 山谷 is big. A gorge is much, 它们旁边比较陡一点. Okay, so, and this is the Columbia River Gorge. Okay, but we describe how the Columbia River Gorge went. At one place, the river, cuts a deep trough. Okay, what does that mean? It cuts a deep trough. 就刷了一个河谷. Okay, and so the water, of course, you know, water causes erosion. 我把东西要冲走啊. So you have this mighty river, and it's forming a deep trough. 冲刷出一个河谷, and it's very deep. In fact, some places almost hard to put a road in there. 这个高速公路有时候地方不很大. Okay, and so, and it's going through 一个 range, Cascade 山脉. You need to know that it's not just a mountain, it's a 山脉. Okay, so here's this river, it's going through the Cascade 山脉, and it's forming 做出来一个河谷. It's called the Columbia River Gorge. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful place going on. On either side of the river, the mountains leap to the sky. The mountains leap to the sky means 当然他们不会跳, but they 一直上到天空啊. Going on. The weather patterns down through the gorge are always unpredictable. 这个天气非常没有办法这个预测 unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. Sometimes going on. Sometimes the winds howl 这个呼啸着 through there with such force that Hood River is called. Hood River is a city right in the gorge. It's the wind surfing capital of the world. Okay, so what is windsurfing? 滑浪. Listen, I got to make sure this. 风帆, 滑浪, 风帆, that's a windsurfer. And there's so much wind that it's considered the most wonderful place in the whole world. So obviously, 很明显他们的风好大，很多 going on. Driving the freeway is always difficult. 在高速公路开车子的时候，总是很困难 because the winds 这个风就是那 steering steering wheel 的方向盘，把你的方向就弄得很难控制。So you're always fighting the wind back and forth, back and forth. Usually when we go, I am always tired by finishing that trip. And finally, going on, the stage is set. Stage is set, which means 时间已经这个到了 for the wildest nights in our life. 我们人生最辛苦、最有意思的一个晚上。But I cannot tell you that until next time. For now, let me tell you that we do have an email address. It is theoldprinciple@gmail.com. And we have a website at www.theoldprinciple.org. Hey, ask a friend to join you next time watching The Old Principle. Until then, we'll see you.